Hey, how's it going everyone? I hope that you're all having an amazing day. In this video I'm going to be going over my top 5 landing spots for Apex Legends Season 4 Ranked Mode. These landing spots are all just my opinion, but each of these spots are amazing for their own special reasons, which is exactly what we're going to be going over today. Do me a favor though and hit like on the video if this helps you out at all, because each like on this video is going to be helping me out a ton. I won't be going over these landing spots in any specific order, because even the perfect landing location in Apex Legends is not going to be a perfect spot to go in every single match. So it would be hard to label these from best to worst, but without further ado, let's get right into Apex Legends Season 4 best landing spots for ranked mode. Starting off with number 1 on the list being Refinery. Refinery is great and it is one of my favorite spots to land because it's a big enough location that 2 to 3 squads can loot up in this area. So be sure to expect a fight here, especially if it's right off the start of the drop. A squad of 3 people working together should be able to win around 70% of the time, which leads me into my second reason as to why Refinery is a really good spot to land, and that is because there are a lot of options as to what you can do in terms of rotation. Hear gunfire coming from Epicenter? You can go post up on this hill right here and try to catch a third party. Did you happen to catch the first circle at Refinery? Well, there's the survey camp and Outlook as well as Epicenter located near the Refinery, which means that you and your squad should be able to get fully geared with grenades, weapons, and heals before the second circle even comes. Landing at and taking over Refinery allows you and your team to perform a sweep for other enemies, essentially covering the entire northeastern portion of the map. This can lead to a multitude of opportunities and strategies when it comes to how you will rotate through what used to be Capital City. The second spot that I want to put on this list is Mirage Voyage. Now, this is a landing spot that 95% of the time will have at least one other team landing with you. So be sure that your team is coordinated on the landing, because Mirage Voyage is very close quarters. That being said though, it makes it on this list because Mirage Voyage packs an inordinate amount of high tier loot. Rarely do I leave Mirage's ship without the entire team having blue or higher armor. And another reason that Mirage's ship is worth going to is that there are 2 or 3 loot balls, or whatever those are, that spawn on the ship. And these can contain a vault key. If you get a vault key from here and you are brave enough to run to the loot vault, you will be in luck, because there is a jump tower right here that will launch you very close to the loot vault. Even if you don't get a key though, there are so many options for rotating out of Mirage's ship that it is insane. If you catch the first circle, you can just hang out on the ship if you want and high ground any team that gets near it. Also, if you don't get the circle or are still looking for loot, there are several not so hot spots that you can hit up on your way to the circle. I've had ranked matches where the circle never leaves Mirage's ship. So the team and I just looted these no-name spots and lava fissure before camping the ship, and the teams were all rotating from the east, which not only led to a lot of kills, but also an incredibly easy win. Going back into more of a strategy first drop, number 3 on this list is going to be Overlook. Overlook, similar to Refinery, is a spot that is super beneficial to win early game. If you and your team can take Overlook, you will be on the furthest eastern spot on the map. This is great because you can use this information to assume that there is no third party coming in from the east. For example, if you win Overlook and then rotate to the train tunnel right there west of it, you can assume that no one will be third partying you from directly east of you. So if someone happened to be over here near the loot vault or crossing the zip line to the west, you could engage them without worrying too much about getting shot in the back. Overlook is also a landing spot that can lead to very passive rotating if you decide to move north and through Refinery. This is all very dependent on where the storm circle lands, but Overlook is normally the spot that I go when I'm looking to play the most passive. All of this of course also depends on where the dropship starts letting you jump in relation to where you are jumping. For example, if the second the ship let you jump was right over the top of Overlook, then Overlook might be crowded with 3 or more squads, which would make the risk slightly outweigh the reward. That kind of goes for all of the landing spots that I discussed today, so I just wanted to bring that up. And moving on to number 4 on the list for the best ranked landing spots is the Harvester. The Harvester is a new addition to World's Edge in Season 4 and is by far the hottest drop on this list. Don't let that scare you though, because the Harvester is massive. It could easily loot up 5 or more squads for some early game fighting. If you have a squad of 3 people that can land, loot, and fight quickly and together, then this can be a really good spot to farm up some easy and early game kills, as well as be well geared up to decide what your next move is. My one complaint with the Harvester is that it is in the dead center of the map, which often leads to being in the first circle by a long shot. This in itself isn't bad, but rotating out of the Harvester before being pushed out of the Harvester by the storm is risky business, because in ranked mode this early on in the match there will surely be 17 or more squads still alive, which will almost guarantee that you're going to run into a squad, and if you fight that squad for too long, you're guaranteed to catch a third party. I have avoided this in most cases by heading to the no-name location just to the west of the Harvester, where there is at least a jump tower that could make for a quick disengage should that be necessary. Finally, topping off our list at number 5 is going to be Sorting Factory. Sorting Factory is actually one of my favorite spots to land in Season 4 ranked mode for a few reasons. First of which being that Sorting Factory is huge. There is so much area to be looted, and Sorting Factory can be very strategically played from both sides of it. Harvester is a very hot drop this season, and also really close to Sorting Factory. This plays into why I like landing at Sorting Factory, because the Harvester takes a lot of the foot traffic that Sorting Factory would normally get. And if you happen to get the southern side of Sorting Factory, then you all should be able to get the gear that you want the most. For example, my favorite weapon to use is the flatline, and if me and my squad land and get the southern side of Sorting Factory to ourselves, there should be no way that I don't find a flatline within that area. On top of almost always finding the weapon that I want, Sorting Factory also has a lot of good spots to hang out and wait for your best chance to attack, because especially in ranked mode, timing is everything. Those are my top 5 landing spots for Apex Legends Season 4 ranked mode. Let me know down in the comments where you like to land the most and why. Also, if you're interested in some Apex Legends ranked mode tips, then check the link down in the description, because I've got a great video out for some ranked mode tips that took me all the way to Diamond Series and the last ranked series. So also enjoy the rest of this gameplay, and I'm out.
phone. I will assist you. I need a moment to recharge my shields. Energy ammo here.
Dibs. Thank you.
The gods will bless us both this day.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Need more kills. What's over here? Supply bin over there.
Open supply bin over there.
Supply bin over there. We could check out here.
Energy ammo here.
Optics here. Sniper.
Fly line here.
Gotta help up here. Anvil receiver.
Energy ammo here. We're too spread out. Join me. I can use the bait.
See someone out there?
Need more kills. What's over here?
Defend me here. I'll run circles around them. Got an enemy out there. Huh? Want some more? We're already in the ring. Guess I'll run in circles for fun.
Get back and go down.
Portal over there.
You might be of use to me yet.
Go fast! over here.
Shots fired. I'm down. Need contact with target.
Back here. Level 3. Don't worry, it won't slow you down.
Sharpen your claws. Just us and them.
Amigos, let's go here. Ring's around the corner, and we've got 30 seconds.
Recharging
Medkit's
my
here.
shield.
Okay, 10 seconds till ring close. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Healing my wounds.
Ring's closing. I like pushing limits as much as the next one. Bad dude's over there! Let's go over here.
Enemy airstrike incoming.
Healing my wounds.
See someone out there? Throw an arc star. Throw an arc star. Arc star. Throw an arc star. Arc star.
Healing the enemy.
Countdown.
Shut it down.
I'm dead. Reload.
You are the Apex champions.